Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all. My dear friends, leaders of the Jewish communities of North America, the history of the Jewish people has been marked by a paradox. We are at once both small and great. We are few in number, but luminous in achievement. In the ancient world, the Jews were a small people living on the foothills of Asia, touching the Mediterranean. But in Alexandria, some 2,200 years ago, something happened. The Bible was translated into Greek, and the world has never been the same since. The Jews brought to civilization at least three big ideas. The idea of monotheism, the belief that all people have innate rights that transcend the power of kings, and a prophetic vision of universal peace. It's impossible to fully describe the revolutionary impact of these ideas throughout history. Nor am I able to describe the poetic power of the biblical stories that overshadowed much of the literature of the ancient world. I have to say, I was better received in the United Nations than here. As in antiquity, so in modernity. Israel is one of the world's smallest countries, but our success in science and technology, in agriculture, in medicine, in the arts, belies our size. And on this continent, the Jewish community accounts for less than 2% of the population. Yet its creative accomplishments in every field are legion and legendary. In modern times, Jews everywhere have made extraordinary contributions to humanity. So smallness and greatness have accompanied our people throughout nearly 4,000 years of our history. But our conspicuous achievements often mask our small size and the vulnerability that comes from being small. Being prominent but small, we often could not defend ourselves against much larger foes who envied our achievements, despised the ideas we championed, and periodically sought to expel or even annihilate us outright. The rebirth of Israel did not eliminate such attacks, but it fundamentally changed our ability to repel them. In 1948, some 600,000 Jews, their backs against the sea, fended off the assault of much larger enemies sworn to our destruction. We were aided by many of our fellow American Jews. You gave money, arms, and what is more important, tremendous moral support. You helped absorb waves of immigrants into Israel. You spearheaded the heroic struggle to free Soviet Jewry, and you since tirelessly have worked to strengthen the America-Israel alliance, which is a cornerstone of Israel's security. Today, you support Birthright, you support Masa, you support Nefesh B'Nefesh. These are programs that promote Aliyah and strengthen Jewish identity, thereby ensuring that our numbers do not further diminish and dwindle by the forces of assimilation. Now, strengthening a Jewish identity, I believe, can no longer be an exclusive task of the diaspora. It is increasingly the responsibility of the Jewish state. Over a decade ago, I was proud to be the first Prime Minister to allocate state funds to bolster Jewish identity outside of Israel. And I assure you that in my second term, I intend to do even more. The results of our joint effort has been a stronger Israel. And only a strong Israel can achieve peace. But even a strong Israel is still a small Israel. And a small Israel demands a secure peace. Peace in our land, the peace of Jerusalem, our eternal capital, is one of our oldest longings. It's expressed in our psalms, in our prayers. Sha'alu Shlom Yerushalayim, ask for the peace of Jerusalem. This is built into our entire tradition, our yearnings, our hope. Peace between Israel and our Arab neighbors would give us one first and immediate thing. It would spare our children the horrors of war. It would spare our grandchildren the horrors of war. If you've been through the horrors of war, and I have, you understand what a great gift that is to ourselves, to our children, to our neighbors' children. And peace could also usher in a new era of tremendous economic progress for the benefit of everyone in the Middle East. I think people are beginning to see that. Incomplete, beginning, a start in what is happening in the West Bank, and I'll talk about that in a minute. We've already signed peace agreements, 2 of them, with Egypt and Jordan. And we're eager to achieve peace with all our other neighbors, especially with the Palestinians. I believe there's no time to waste. We need to move towards peace with a sense of urgency and a sense of purpose. Now, I want to make this clear. My goal is not to have endless negotiations. My goal is not negotiations for the sake of negotiations. My goal is to achieve a permanent peace treaty between Israel and the Palestinians, and soon. I cannot be more emphatic on this point. But to get to a peace agreement, we have to start negotiating the peace agreement. And it's high time that we stop negotiating about the negotiations. Let's get on with it. Let's move. This past June at Bar-Ilan University, I put forward a vision of peace that has united the vast majority of Israelis. In this vision of 2 states for 2 peoples, a demilitarized Palestinian state would recognize the Jewish state. Now, what do I mean by the Jewish state? It is a state in which all individuals and all minorities have equal individual rights. Yet our national symbols, our language, our culture spring from the heritage of the Jewish people. And most importantly, any Jew from anywhere in the world has a right to immigrate to Israel and become a citizen. I want to make it clear, any Jew of any denomination will always have a right to come home to the Jewish state.